Hi, welcome to this video. My name is Andrea Henrich and this is Homeschooling with the Henriches. If you're new, I'm a homeschool mom of 4 and I love posting about homeschooling, homemaking, and little hacks that I've learned along the way. Today I'm so excited to share with you what we've done for our kindergarten year. We are just about done with our kindergarten year in the next couple weeks. And although we've had a lot of challenges along the way, my child has exceeded his goals for this year and has excelled beautifully this year. So without further ado, let's get started. To start this video off, I want to share with you how I organize my kindergartners' stuff. So I have here a big 3-inch binder, and in this binder I keep their math curriculum, what we did to start off our kindergarten year with language arts, and my story K curriculum that we do with our homeschool group. So this is a history curriculum and I'm going to take you inside in a little bit. So first thing, I'm going to share what we do for math. This is a Math You primer curriculum that we use. As you can tell, it is black and white. It does not have any color, it does not have any cartoons. And the reason why I love that is because it doesn't distract the child from what we're actually trying to teach in this lesson. We love this curriculum because it comes with blocks that help the child with hands-on learning. Another thing that we love this curriculum for is that it comes with videos that we get to watch either online or with our DVD player. How we work with this curriculum is that I always start my child watching the video for that lesson, and then I would do the first page of that lesson with them, and I would have them lead off, and I want to see what they've learned about the video and what they need help on. And as we go through the lesson, they get more and more independent, they get more confident in what they're doing, and they're just loving this curriculum. This is what we did for English the first half of our kindergarten year. So as you can see, this is a letter of the week program that I pieced together from the printables from the measuremom.com and workbooks that I had laying around. And I did this because my child was having a hard time with his fine motor skills, and he was very frustrated when he had to color anything. He just would break down. He just was not liking to do any of that. So after we had gone to therapy and had done a lot of things to strengthen his muscles, I wanted to give him a way to practice that by taking the load off of the big coloring sheet or having to color everything, right? So I wanted him to practice still his sounds as well as his coloring here. So this is what we did. The first day, he would just color a couple things that begin with the letter. Then we would work on our beginning sounds, the different things that they had drawn here. And then we practice our letters and writing those letters. This had been a very hard thing to do, and eventually my child got really confident with it. And the last day of the week, my child got to write the letter and color a small picture of what started with that letter. So that is what we did the first half of our kindergarten. And I did this all the way from the beginning at A and ending at the letter Z. So we had a lot of fun doing this. After we did our letter of the week program, we continued our handwriting journey, and I made this notebook for him. And this was based off something that his dad had done when he was in kindergarten as well. So it was lovely for my child to get to compare what his dad drew versus what he was drawing. And I did this in the way that I started off with him tracing his name, and then at the beginning, as you see, that he drew a picture of himself. So his drawing skills were not there, but he was really trying. I did his last name, and then we went letter by letter, and I had him draw an object that started with that letter that we were working on that day. As we moved on, We also did numbers. And eventually, we did letter families. When we started our kindergarten, he was already reading our CVC words. So this was no problem for him. He got to practice also reading here and also practicing his writing of those word families. Also, I added in here our phone number and our street address. It is very important for your child to learn those things. After he was done with the handwriting workbook that I made, we moved on to our Draw Right Now books. And I took out the spine out of this one and I put it in the spiral. So this is how it looks. Let me show you inside. And it is, they're learning how to draw. They get to draw, for example, this is some geese. And they get to practice their reading. So they would read, some farms have geese. Geese are bigger than ducks. They have feet like ducks. They lay eggs. So what I do to begin this book, I have my child follow the instructions on the next page to draw the goose in this page. And then I have them start off with only one sentence. One sentence. And then I'll move on to having the child write 2 sentences. And eventually, as the child gets more and more confident writing these sentences, they'll write the whole small paragraph. Let me show you how it looks in his notebook. So for example, this was his first drawing. It was about hens. So as you can see, he wrote hens have baby chicks, right? And now, as we're progressing, he has gotten to do 2 sentences now. They have soft fur, they drink milk. And he drew his little kitty there. And we're learning how to outline, we're learning how to draw, and we're learning how to put our sentences together and sentence structure. We make sure that every time we are doing this, we are reminded that sentences start with an uppercase and end with a period. So these are things that we're also working with as we're doing this program. To enhance our reading, we have used this All About Reading review box. This was gifted to me by somebody who had used the program, loved it, and unfortunately we do not use the All About Reading, but I do love their flashcards. They're simple, they get to the point, and they're great to flash for my child to remember those sounds. So this is how they look. You can always do this in flashcards. That's what I was doing before this, and it works just the same. Another thing that we have used is the Good and the Beautiful K and Level 1 flashcards from their old curriculum that they had. So these are great for their letter sounds that are not in the All About Reading Level 1 program, like A, coo, it, ugh, things like that. And once they master their letter sounds, we go to sight words. I put them in flashcards and I cut it in half, and we just work on them just like we do any other flashcard system. This has helped tremendously. It has helped with fluency, and my child has been able to read better and without getting stuck in certain words. It has changed our reading a lot. For the second half of our kindergarten year, we have used the Good and the Beautiful Kindergarten course book. This is a new course book that they have, and we have liked it. The Good and the Beautiful is like my safety zone. It's something that I've done for 2 of my kids now, and it's something that I really have enjoyed doing. I have no complaints. This one, it is truly beautiful, as they say. It teaches art. They get to learn about paintings. They get to elaborate a little bit, ask questions about the paintings, answer questions about the paintings, and they get to practice their phonic rules. My child's flying through it, and one of the reasons why I think that is because he already has a good foundation with reading. But it gives us a little bit of time to work on punctuation and a couple other things like handwriting and improving our reading with this workbook. With this course book, it also comes with reading booster cards. or reading booster books. So this is how they look. They are very simple stories. The way that we use them is that I have my child read them until they have mastered this book. Sometimes they will master this book in a couple days, or it will take a week or 2 weeks. It does not matter how long it takes. We keep reading this book every single day until they get very fluent and they're not stuttering with any word. The kindergarten course book also comes with this Reading Booster 8 cards. These cards are great. They help the child work with their letter sounds, their letter blends, their endings. So this is great. It has created a lot of fluency, and as they're going through it, they get to do reading in this triangular method. So for example, mom cut the red, mom cut the red tag. So their reading is building on from the beginning to the end, and as they move on, they get to review and they get to go back to the cards, and then once they master every single card, they get to do a maze. One of the ways that I encourage reading is having a reading chart. All my kids have a reading chart starting from preschool level. So every time the child reads a booster book or a book of their choice, it could be Dr. Seuss at this point, it could be an easy reader, they get a star on their chart no matter if they struggled or if they did really good. Also, I took my child to my local Barnes & Nobles and we got to pick out a book that we wanted to read. This was our goal book for the end of our year. My child loves baseball, so he picked out this Magic Tree House, and this one specifically is number 29, A Big Day for Baseball. And he is so excited to finish his kindergarten curriculum and finish everything up so he can read his book. Now, with art and handwriting and enforcing those fine motor skills, I have used this Nacho Dibuja. And Nacho is something that we use in Colombia. I am from Colombia. And this book is amazing for the fact that he gets to work with making paper balls, coloring, just shapes, painting, cutting and gluing things, painting and working with primary colors and secondary colors. So this was great. This was fun. This was the best part of his homeschool day that he loved. And he really enjoyed doing this book. At the end, he had to write numbers 1 to 100, which at the beginning, before he started writing, we thought it was going to be a big deal. But turns out he really did an amazing job and he exceeded my expectations. He did numbers 1 through 100 without any struggle. I will leave all the objects that I've talked about today in the link in the description box. If you like this video, please comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. See you guys. O-S.
Martes, agosto,
22.
2023.
Está qué? Nublado. Can you say that again?
Nublado.
Yep. Good.
Jack. Can we go to the tow block, Dad? No, not yet. Jack, let me fix the back deck. Tick tock. Tick tick.
So what is it?
Tick tock. Tick tock. We can all fix the back deck. Jack, Mom, and Dad pack snack. It's in a sack. The end.
No. What's this? Keep going.
At the tall walk, Jack and Dad run and kick a ball. It is all so fun. The end.
Very good. Quick thing, as I'm editing this video, I noticed that I did mention the My Story K curriculum that we do, but I didn't show it to you guys, so let me quickly show you guys. So we do My Story K. This is not the actual curriculum, but this is a little journal that they get to do along with their curriculum. So they learn each week about a different subject. So for example, this one is about my family and him, and so it asks questions about the student, and they get to build a little paragraph about it and color. And then with my homeschool group, they do a little presentation each morning that the kids meet, and they just have fun, and we go over the words that they learn and different vocabulary words.